Chalo, we'll just start this presentation today, and the presentations today means we are talking about how to participate in the group discussions, and primarily the group discussions are being created or conducted to see the leadership qualities, right? So as I said, whenever any kind of discussions, because these are the skills which you are going to use here as a student when you are working later on in the industry, this whole skills become the skills of conducting meeting or participating in the meetings, because you may be asked to participate in the meeting, there also the discussion is taking place. So these skills are very important to understand that what exactly they are and how exactly we are going to behave in that. So if we see this whole situation here, the discussion, if you see this particular slide, you see all the stars, they are there, they are the participants, they are sharing their views, and if you see the advantages of this, the advantages are that this particular event is participant oriented, where the participants have full authority to participate and speak of their mind, and this is highly charged activity, and this gives an opportunity to actually speak of your own ideas and share your opinions, share your information, whatever you have a free platform to talk about your mind. And like initially you are appearing here for the group discussion part of a thing, but later on when you work in the industry, this becomes a kind of a meeting or the discussion holding thing, and in that this tool is very useful for problem solving, because 10 minds are thinking about one thing and they can reach to some kind of dimension and some kind of solutions. So this is very good tool for the problem solving, and it depends on knowledge. As I said that in many times what happens, you don't know much about the topic, and then how to participate. So here we expect that in the third year when you come your general knowledge school, you know the general knowledge, and most of the topics are given, they are based on the general knowledge. What is existing today, what is happening here today internationally or in India, the topics are based on that. So we expect that if you are trying to come and showing your contendership for the good job, we expect that you should know who is Malala. We expect that you should know what are the challenges of IS. You should know what exactly is happening around in the world. Why Syria is fighting, why Russia has joined Syria against ISIS. So that means what? That means these are information. Everybody should know that the iPod Pro has been launched. What exactly are the features? We expect that you should know. Correct? So this is how this whole thing goes up. The most important thing to understand here, that whatever you read, you remember only 10% of it, and what you hear is 20% of it, your retention is there, and 30% what you see. But what you see and hear is 50%. And that makes this particular tool very interesting, because what you are listening to other person, you are seeing him and you are hearing him. And once you are seeing and hearing and whatever he is saying, the grasping is 50%. Right? So in other words, whatever we learn, the maximum we learn by sharing. Right? Many times you might have noticed that you are traveling in a train and you are going to the new place, and you said, okay, I am going to Indore first time and I have to come to Bhopal, and from Bhopal I will catch a train to Indore. You don't know anything. You just ask the person who is sitting next to you, you say, I need to go to Indore, how I go? This guy tells you, you get down to the platform number 1, you come out of the station, and then you get a Red Sea Plaza Hotel. There you get a bus, blue color bus, you sit on this and go to Indore. And you don't ask anybody else. Have you realized? You just come out, see the Red Plaza Hotel, stand there and ask, where is the blue bus? They say it will coming, and it comes and you reach to Indore. So you learn by sharing. Right? So this here in the discussions, whatever we say, it reaches to the people very, very fast. This particular thing again is very important to understand as a part of the discussion, that whatever your mind is thinking, it has its own speed. So generally it is said that any person can speak 200 words per minute. For some it may be more, for some it may be less, but average 200 words per minute. But your mind can average again think around 600 words per minute. Though the new studies which are done by the Yale University, Japan, it says the mind can think 25,000 words per minute also. But average, if you think somebody is thinking 600 words per minute and he is speaking of 200 words per minute, that means average time available, average words available to anyone are 400 words. Right? So if you are engrossed what you are saying, if your thinking process is correct, that means every time you are getting 400 words available to you to speak. And that is the thought process. That is the true communication. Right? So everything can be trainable. So many times people think that I can't speak, I don't get the right words. The reason being you think in Hindi and try to speak in English. That may be one of the reasons. 400 words are there and you struggle because you don't get the right word in English. Right? So you just get focused, and this is the process. If you keep on practicing, you can master this craft. Let's see what exactly happens in the discussion. One of the very important things in the discussion, it happens that you are free to share your views. And whenever somebody is sharing the views or you are listening to the views, it is important to be in eye contact. Because the moment if you are sharing something, you try to find somebody with an eye contact. At least one person out of them is understanding what you are saying. Most of the time we do the mistake, we try to say the things without an eye contact, and we are being hijacked by other people because you don't have even one person who is listening your point. Right? So try to put your eye contact to the people so that what you are saying is at least going to 2-3 guys and you are connecting with them. Second, it is there to collect and generate ideas. The ideas can be generated only and only by proper listening. If you are not listening properly, your mind is not getting any kind of fertilizer and it will not give you any kind of thought. So first important thing is speaking with an eye contact, listening with an eye contact to generate and collect ideas. Right? And then you have to give the body language, ignoring your head, and some kind of approvals you need to seek, and the reactions of agreement you need to give and seek. Right? It may so happen many times we participate in the discussions and we expect that everybody should agree whatever I am saying, and I don't agree to anybody. Right? So you need to find your own clients. Anybody who is nodding, you should note. In order to create the consensus, in order to get some people on your own board. So these are the kind of the body language which you need to express, extend throughout this. Next point is very important. Out of all these things, you need to stay self-motivated. Many times what happens if you don't practice the earlier points, if you don't maintain the eye contact, if you don't listen properly, we are just within ourselves. We keep on thinking what I am going to speak, what I am going to speak, what I am going to speak, and the same point is said by somebody else, and you collapse. Right? Then you start thinking what I am going to say, what I am going to say, and then somebody else said, and you collapse. So this is a very, very killing, it kills the motivation. So the idea is keeping yourself self-motivated, and the best way to keep yourself self-motivated is the moment you get an idea, just jump into it. Just jump inside the discussion. Right? That is the key, and this is again an important point, what I said, that you have to keep appreciating good points. Right? And this is nothing but the team building process. And if you need to emerge as a leader in the group discussion or any kind of discussions, you need to give some kind of team building exercises. That's it, appreciating the good points. This whole exercise is actually to modify the attitude. Attitude is something through which we are born, and it is hardly changes, but it can be modified. It can be modified if other person is going to learn. And how he is going to learn? He is going to learn only by sharing your views. And he can get influenced with your ideas only when you give him a proper example. So many times in the discussions, the example becomes crucial in changing the direction. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see the two factors which are very important for any kind of discussion. The one is the group behavior, other is the quality of questions. So if somebody is saying something and you want to make your presence felt, that means, and you don't like that idea, that means you need to create a quality question so that you come in the picture. Right? You might have seen the discussions happening in the greater meetings or in the televisions. The basic discussion goes on the quality of question. What is the quality of question has been asked. Right? So you have to be aware of the people, what they are contributing. And if they are not contributing in your own way, then you should ask them the quality questions. In next segment, quickly we will talk about the kind of the questions which you can use. Before that, we just see this transparency. This is a very interesting transparency. This is actually, it suggests that we all are from animal kingdom, and in discussion we behave like them, right? Like many times you become like a dog, the quarrelsome dog, and many times you become like a horse, very intelligent horse, sitting, saying nothing and looking here and there. And many times you become like a monkey, I know all, you don't know anything but you are jumping into it. So some of them you become monkey, and some of you are like a, that frog who got nothing but you will keep on and it's irritating voice, Nobody is understanding anything, but he will keep on doing, He also thinks nothing, don't understand me. Some are the stalker. Stalker means silently they are moving towards the end, what they want to do. And some are like pig. Pig are, what is the quality of the pig? The motorcycle riders know. If the pig comes on the road, he won't go anywhere. Right? So वो टकरा के ही रहेगा. So pig, they are hardly interested. वैसे ही देख रहा है. Last is the hippopotamus. They are very thick skinned. You tell them 100 times to stop and they won't stop. Right? And some are like giraffe, high nose. I am from St. Stephens. My uncle is in Dubai. I don't need this. So they come and sit here with a very high nose attitude. Right? They are also there. And there are some like mouse. You have created everything and they ask a question, your whole point is gone. Right? So they have the different behaviors. But the fact is, this all behaviors exist in one person. It depends in which place or on which question and which point this behavior is coming out of us. So we all are from the animal kingdom and we all have these kind of things. The point is, we have to literally use these behaviors the way we want to use it. Again, just to see the human behaviors, what kind of behaviors you will foresee in the discussion. Some are always information seeker. But in this 10 minutes time, I don't think you will get, but you can notice these kind of characters who are always information seeker. Some are the giving informations. They always give information. You just try to keep your friends in mind, you will find those characters. Some are always giving information. Some are always seeking information. और क्या चल रहा है? तो सुबह you went there, what happened? Today I have not seen you from the morning, what happened? So some are information seeker and some are information giver. Some are always supporting, and some are always building out of nothing. This guy is not seen in the college, probably is not well. He is not telling anybody, but I think there is some problem. Building out of nothing. Then there are some people who are always proposing. Let's go to New Market. जाना वाला कहीं नहीं है. Right? Let's do something for these people. These poor chaps who live in the jhuggies. Let's do something. कुछ करते हैं यार इनके लिए. करना वरना कुछ नहीं. The proposing. Some are always in disagreement. You say anything and they will say no. Some are always, stating difficulty. You tell them the easiest thing to do and they will say no. Yeah. Abhi so hai. Abhi nahi. Right? So that way there are some kind of summarizing people who will always love to summarize. You will find many in the discussion panel that they won't say anything, but finally they will get up and they say let's summarize. You will find such kind of character throughout your life. You are working so hard at 5:30, and when the function is about to close, some of the summarizing guys go to the office and to the boss and they say, "Sab kara diya, first class, things went well, we are just closing, thank you sir, good night." He has done nothing from the morning, but he has summarized it. Right? So there are these kind of behaviors also can be seen. Now we are coming to the most crucial part, because this is the thing through which you can control the tide. You can take the discussion towards your side. And these are the two kinds of the question. One is the open-ended question, other is the closed question. The open-ended questions are the questions which stimulate thinking. Right? The stimulate thinking means any kind of a question, whether it will rain in the evening, some may say yes, some may say no. Any kind of question, whether the interview will start today, some may say yes, some may say no. Some may say what will happen, will you be selected tomorrow in interview? Some may say yes, some may say no. So any question which has got no direct answer will come under the category of open questions, open-ended questions. That is stimulating thinking. And it applies to the ideas also. The other question is the closed question. That means it is yes or no. Whether you have worn the suit, yes. Are you wearing the blue shirt? Yes. Is it raining outside? No. Is the campus today? No. Will it be tomorrow? Yes. What time? Right? Will be on WhatsApp. Let's see. So that way, the closed questions and the open questions. And the same questions you are going to ask when you are participating in the discussion panel, because that is your key. That is through which you can move ahead. Now, if you see the open-ended questions, they are you can prepare in advance. The people who know the topic, they can prepare in advance. The people who are having good general knowledge, the moment they come know the topic, and they can prepare quickly about the open-ended question. And another thing, these questions should not be, they should be non-threatening. It should be non-threatening. And points to remember, the first point to remember is participate without fear. Participate without fear, try to speak of your mind, don't judge yourself, just try to jump into the discussion and let the other person judge your abilities. This will make you self-motivated and express your thoughts, because your thoughts are important. That's what we are here to see. But if you don't participate, the whole exercise won't exist. Listen with an eye contact, appreciate good points by nodding the head, and argue the defense by asking quality questions. If somebody has said and you don't like it, you just can ask the question. Can I have one question? You can ask the question, because that question will negate that point and you can build your own point. And giving example is another crucial part of any kind of discussion, because they substantively support the masses. The examples are the real-time examples can be given, and that can bring a lot many people in your own favor, and what you are saying is making some kind of sense. So examples are very crucial. You can give examples and use your general knowledge, because this is the general knowledge is the vehicle through which we are going to talk. Now we can see an example that what is the difference the closed and open-ended question. For example, this is an exercise. It says the Sunday edition of a big newspaper printed in 1 million copies consumed 100 acres of forest. This is a report. No limits to learning. This is a report to the Club of Rome. This is just an example. Now, if you want to make a high order question and open-ended question out of this situation, you can just see who is responsible for the deforestation. This is a question out of this information. Answers are many. That means it is an open-ended question. Explain the impact of cutting 100 acres of forest. Again, the answers can be of many, and this is an open-ended question. But the closed question from the same examples can be, how many copies are there in the Sunday edition? What is the name of this edition? And what is the name of this report? That means all the information you know. Right? So this is how you should know the two types of question. One is the open-ended question, one is the closed question. So if you need to nub somebody, cut somebody, you ask him the closed question so that he don't go wayward. People go here and there, and you ask them closed questions so that they are aware what exactly you need to do. Now the whole discussion, this goes into the introduction comes up, and the key question is being launched, and this key question goes into the discussion, and it moves into the different direction, and after reaching to a direction, it again summarized, and then discussion is taken to the new direction, and again discussion takes place, and again summarize. So this is a long process in the discussion, but here we do only one. We give you a topic, you discuss, and we summarize and we close. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And this is how you sit actually in the discussion panel. And so what should be your role as a leader in the group discussions? You should try to be impartial. Like he is my friend, whatever he is saying is correct, but if you are not my friend, so what you are saying is wrong. It should not be like that. You should have to be impartial. You have to be very supportive to the people, even if they are making a wrong point. You say, what I like it, but that's not relevant. The best way to handle a group discussion is, even if you don't agree, you say, you have to agree to disagree. You are not liking it, you say, yeah, whatever you say is correct, but that's not the relevant in today's context. Right? Then you have to be encouraging with a keynote so that you emerge the leader. You are not focused only on your performance. You have to just see other people and take them in loop. And you have to manage time. You should be very well aware how much time is left and when to summarize and when to take it to the turn. And you should not try to become center of attraction by, appreciating people in their own way. So this is it. And I guess this particular presentation may help you to some extent. We can switch on the light and ask questions.